everyone, my name is Sam and thanks for checking out my video. I am counting down my 12-ish favorite books of 2017 in the spirit of the 12 Days of Christmas. Taking this fourth spot on this list is Glitter by April Lynn Pike, and I think this is actually the only one on my list that isn't a 2017 release. Honestly, this book was such a surprise to me. It was an absolute cover buy off of Book Outlet for like $5, and I think you can kind of see from the cover why. And the back kind of perfectly explained it with a summary of Breaking Bad with Marie Antoinette, basically. This book actually had super mixed reviews on Goodreads, and honestly, it's kind of like Royal Bastards. I don't understand why that happened. I don't understand what's wrong with this book that people don't love it as much as I do. So the kind of quick summary of this book is a tech company essentially bought out, in kind of like sketchy circumstances, they kind of go into it. They bought the Palace of Versailles from France, and they have kind of taken over it, and whilst being like a tech company, anyone who works for the tech company essentially lives here, and it's kind of like a palace hierarchical society within the actual country itself, where you can't really leave voluntarily. The main character is the daughter of, I believe it's the main character's mother who has actually put her in this position, but the main character takes on the role of Marie Antoinette. Everyone has their own role, and the CEO of the company is the king as well. She is put in the position of being Marie Antoinette, which is pretty difficult to kind of slip out of if you don't want to stay there long term, which she does not have the intentions of staying here long term. She has been trying to save up money to leave, and finally an opportunity presents itself for her to make a large sum of money, which she needs to do very quickly in order to avoid being stuck there permanently. And as I suggested with the comparison to it of Breaking Bad, that opportunity is to sell drugs to the community within the palace. She sells this drug called Glitter, as the name suggests, and you see her whole kind of building, it's not really an empire within this community, but she becomes a very powerful and influential part of the community by doing this. Things escalate and go downhill very, very quickly at the end, making her plan to escape a little bit more difficult. I absolutely loved this book, and the ending made sense. It wasn't like a, huh? What? Why did they do that? The ending made sense. The author just wrote this character so well that the girl was convincing me that everything she was doing was going to happen. And then just at the end I was like, wait, what? No. She said this is gonna be okay. So the second book in this duology called Shatter is coming out in February. I have it pre-ordered and I am beyond excited, A, for that cover to be on my shelf with this one, because I don't know who designed these covers, but they did an amazing job on them, as well as I need to know what happened, because the ending hurt me, and it hurt me even more because I realized that I should have seen it coming. But I just got so into this book. It's so good. I give this book a 5 out of 5, and I would honestly highly recommend it to anyone who likes Breaking Bad. And I think it does a pretty good job of kind of showing what potentially happens when you get involved in this world. I know just because of where I grew up, it is something that I'm familiar with, but we have this kind of glorified concept of narcotics and why people get involved in them. And I think this book did a good job of kind of maybe challenging what some people think of, oh, people only get involved in drugs and drug dealing for this reason and then that reason, but they don't see the human side of it and the reasoning behind a lot of it. So I think this did a wonderful job of kind of showing that, as well as just being honestly a fully entertaining book, as well as being just super interesting concept of I don't even understand how she came up with the concept of someone buying out Versailles and then reenacting all of the French aristocrat hierarchy kind of chaos and people going to watch it. It was just so cool and kind of unique, and I don't think I've really ever seen another book that's done this. One kind of may exist, but it just hasn't been on my radar. So this one's really, really cool, and I would honestly very, very highly recommend it. It's a very fun read. So that is my fourth spot filled on the 12-ish books of 2017. Let me know in the comment section down below if you've read Glitter. If not, I would very highly recommend you do, and let me know if I've convinced you. Make sure to check the description box down below. I have linked all of my social media. If you follow me, I will follow you back.